Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Are you a sports fan who loves to bet? Do you want to get the latest insights and analysis to help you make informed betting decisions? Then look no further than the Sports Betting Podcast on WBSN Sports.
Join Gabriel Shry for expert analysis and insider information on the biggest games and events in sports betting. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or just getting started, our podcast will help you stay ahead of the game.
And the best part? You can find us on WBSNSports.com and places like YouTube, Spotify, and even select radio partners.
So what are you waiting for? Join the team at WBSN Sports for the ultimate sports betting experience. Tune in to the podcast today and start winning big.
Tune in today via WBSNSports.com.
Just like a
At the Salvation Army, a meal isn't just a meal. It's fuel for imagination, determination, and dreams. It's energy to be role models, change makers, and to just be kids. With your gift, a full meal means a full heart, a full night's sleep, and a future full of possibilities.
Get the message of your company here. And get your message here. All while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Shry Media. Find us at shrymedia.com.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, Ending abuse is not just our job, it's our promise.
The great fundamental issue now before our people can be made.
There it goes out there.
Grand slam. He wants it all. He'll get it again. And as I say that, a bomb left side once. What a touchdown. And the slam.
But an idea lives on.
See them celebrate that big victory here at East End. Get the range. Unbelievable.
Hello and welcome, Southeast Sports Network. Thank you for being with us tonight for our radio broadcast and presentation of NAIA basketball. Gabriel Schrei here with you tonight. Appreciate you being along with me wherever you may be tuned in from. The tension is in the air. This will not be an easy test for either program tonight. Indiana University Southeast Grenadiers making the journey to take on the Georgetown College Tigers. We're going to have it all, and we're excited to have you along with us for it. Can't believe it. Basketball season's back. Fired up to be here for it. We'll meet the starting lineup first tonight for Georgetown College's Tigers. It's number 0, Brooks Harris. Number 3, Wales. Number 11, Dozier. Number 21, Jones. And number 24, Bishop. All getting the nod. The Tigers, number 5 in the nation in NAIA, are 3-0. Playing host to Indiana University Southeast Grenadiers that are 1-3 in the regular season. Good matchup in the early stages of this year for these two programs. They're both really fired up and excited to be getting after it, and we're fired up to have all the action and have you along with us for it. Should be a great night of basketball. Both programs coming out onto the floor. We're here in Georgetown, Kentucky for college basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Be sure to follow along with us at SCSN Sports. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, you name it, we're there. We're on Facebook, Southeast Sports Network. We appreciate you tuning in. IU Southeast is on the floor. The Grenadiers are waiting for the Tigers. Great starting lineup tonight for IU Southeast as well. Give you a look at who that is in just 1 second. And as we get through that starting lineup, we'll have tip-off as well. For IU Southeast, the Grenadiers tonight, it's Hendricks, Reed, Lauterbaugh, Brown, and Lang all getting the nod. And here's the opening tip. This one won away by the Tigers of Georgetown. Down on the left side of your radio dial, they're going to work offensively. Tigers passing this all around. One of the deep shot now down low for penetration. This one taken away by the Grenadiers as the whistle sounds. And so right away, a trip to the line. Georgetown College to the stripe. First one is off the mark. We remain scoreless. Kyron Jones can't knock down the free throw. Just seconds into this first half. Second one will drop. It's 1-0 Georgetown Tigers. 15 seconds off the clock. Now the Grenadiers will get their first chance of the basketball tonight. Grenadiers working towards the offensive end of the floor, passing this all around, waiting for a chance. Here's a shot from the elbow, and that drops into the bottom of the bucket. Great ball by Jacob Hendricks to get that one. And so an early lead for the Grenadiers, 2-1. 2-1, just 45 seconds off the clock. Here come the Tigers. Two quick passes down just off the mid-block. Big man going to work and again fouled. And they're going to say this one is actually against the Tigers. So the ball will go back to the Grenadiers, and they'll take it for sure. Leading by just 1 minute into this game between Georgetown and IU Southeast. Here's the inbounding pass. Grenadiers looking up the floor. Heavily defended on the back end. Wales not making life easy. The handoff by the Grenadiers and all the way back up near the timeline in the center of the floor. It's Reed, the point guard. Reed, a pass down along the arc, close side here. Caleb Brown walks his way up towards the Georgetown Tiger logo. He picks up the ball, and he's going to have to pass it away. He's being harassed, somehow gets it off to Reed. Reed steps up, fires from the arc. This one rattles around and comes out on him. No bucket on this trip up the floor. Grenadiers will get their own board. One quick pass, they're back to work. Jacoby Hendricks pass inside, and the layup is off the mark for Richard Lang. Tigers get the board. Here's the fast break off the glass. That won't go. Second chance bucket drops. Nice bucket down inside by Georgetown College, and they take a 3-2 lead. Happens quick, and we're just seconds into this one. Now a lot of contact on the offensive end for the Grenadiers. They'll maintain possession and inbound. Caleb Brown looks around, quick inbound off that shot, and no good. Quick shot, gathering up the ball. Jacoby Hendricks let one off and couldn't find the bottom of the bucket. It remains 3-2 Georgetown. Tigers on the offensive end. Here's a shot, gets their own rebound, and a second chance bucket drops. They extend their lead 5-2. Quick extension, leading by 3 points. And no time comes off the shot clock as the Grenadiers rope their way up the floor, and Richard Lang gets the dunk. Puts it back to a 1-point game, and it kills a 4-point run by Georgetown College. 5-4, Tigers to the offensive end of the floor. Here's the floater, and he jams it home. A big dunk for Georgetown College. That's big-time stuff. That's what you look for out of the number 5 program in the nation, and they're showing off early tonight. Quick pass outside. Grenadiers down low into the paint. This one rattles all around and drops for J.J. Reed. Reed gets the quick response, and it's still a 1-point game in Kentucky. Up the floor, Georgetown College. 3 minutes, 20 seconds off the clock in this first half. Here's the step back. Jay, that goes. Looks like it was just behind the line. That makes it 10-6. That's big time Early stages of this first half still. Grenadiers running up the floor in transition. Here's the shot. It's off the mark. Kissed off the back side of the iron and came back out on him. Here's Georgetown College to the offensive end. 2 quick passes. The 3, this one had too much on it. Boarded up by the Tigers. They maintain possession. It's Bishop. Bishop creates a second chance. Here's the 3. This one is off the mark. Boarded again by Georgetown College and now packed by Lang down inside. Here come the Grenadiers, led by J.J. Reed. Reed evades one defender, steps through traffic. Here's the shot. That one's off the mark by Hendricks. Boarded up by the Tigers. Tigers in transition, lose the ball. A quick steal. Nice looking play by Hendricks. He passed it away, comes right back to him from Reed. Now to the corner. Reed fires the 3. That goes. Draining that, it makes it a 1-point game, 10-9. And right now, the Georgetown College Tigers lead. We've had a score correction. One of those 3s was on the line for Georgetown, so it's 9-9 from Kentucky. And here's the long 3 that goes. That extends their lead right away. Just as we get the correction, it's now 12-9 Georgetown College. Tigers to the offensive end. 1 long pass to the far side. IU Southeast. Working this all around the arc, taking their time. Reed on the close side, wanted to pass it to him. Instead, the handoff. Hendricks, heavily defended, passes it away from the elbow. The 3 had too much sauce on it. Comes off the back of the iron. Georgetown had it for a moment. Richard Lang gets the steal. Pass over to J.J. Reed. Reed along the arc, swatted out of play by Dozier. Tay Dozier making life difficult in favor of Georgetown College right there. They're holding on to a 3-point lead on their home hardwood. Here's the inbound, driving inside, and a quick shot doesn't go for the Grenadiers. Georgetown College, pass back to the close side. It's Wales again. Wales looks down inside, and there's a dunk. Beautiful play by Georgetown to extend their lead, going over to Bishop. Rashad Bishop was fouled on the way up, so they're going to send him to the line with 14:27 left to play in this first half. 5.5 minutes gone. A fun matchup so far from Georgetown. First we'll go with the line. Not the hottest start in the world, but not a slow one either. Both go at the line here for the Tigers, so they extend their lead. It's 14-9, a 5-point game. Nearly 6 minutes gone in this first half. Indiana University Southeast roping it all around. Here's a pass to the close side down to Hendricks. He goes across to Reed. Reed is heavily defended, standing on the arc. Passes it away. The long 3 skiffs off the right side of the iron and won't go. Here comes Georgetown, the lob, and that one is planted. They extend their lead 16-9. It's all Tigers so far in this first half. I'll tell you, Indiana Southeast has looked good at times, but right now, Georgetown is on fire. Richard Lang regathers a long shot and is able to drop it home off the glass. That also cuts a good run by Georgetown. Coming up the floor, and in transition, there's the deep bucket. That goes. A quick response by the Tigers. Here comes IU Southeast. Grenadiers pass to the close side. IU Southeast back across the arc. Here's the drive. The floater by Reed is off the mark. Boarded by Georgetown. They pass it away. This is Thomas. Thomas dishes this to the far side of the floor, standing right in front of the bench of the Grenadiers. Georgetown College. Tigers, the drive. Pass to the close side of the arc. The 3 rolls across the iron. Regathered. Second chance bucket. This one dropped in. A nice little shot by Isaiah Mason to extend the lead of Georgetown. 18-11, Georgetown out in front over the Grenadiers. Still here in the first half of play in NAIA action. between Georgetown and IU Southeast, and a timeout down on the floor. So as these two programs take a timeout, we will as well. It's college basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Georgetown. Here comes Indiana University Southeast off the inbound. That'll go, and it snaps a 9-2 run the Tigers had put together, and now it's just a 5-point game, 18-13, Georgetown out in front. To the offensive end, and the whistle sounds quickly. Thought they were going to be able to bust off a shot right there. Entering tonight, Tigers are averaging nearly 90 points per game at 87. 70 points per game, the clip for Indiana University Southeast. Here's the inbound for the Tigers. Two quick passes down along the low block. Driving inside, wants to go off the glass, in trouble and fouled by Reed. Well, I like the look there, letting the big man go to work. Got it down to Niken, and he just couldn't get the bucket, so they'll send him to the charity stripe. 8 minutes gone in this first half of play. 18-13 Georgetown Tigers here on the Southeast Sports Network. Couple of changes coming on the floor. Another interesting stat between these two teams, just comparing the two. 50% from the floor through 3 games. The Tigers very efficient. 9% behind them at 41. Grenadiers not quite as effective from the hardwood. 3-point percentage, Grenadiers are actually leading in that category, 33% to the 28% of the Tigers. Here's the inbound. Georgetown working it all around their man. Wants to take it himself. Walks over the arc, and there's the layup. This goes with a little kiss off the glass for Isaiah Mason. Nice look. Extends their lead back to 7. That's a highlight reel bucket for sure. Indiana University Southeast walking their way back up the floor. Hendricks to the far side, standing a ways off the arc, ropes it around. This is Abes. Abes wants to drive inside, gives it off to Hendricks. He pulls up for 3, and that goes from long range. Cuts the lead of the Tigers to 4. It's 20-16. That's a big-time pull-up, big-time shot. Able to hit that, and it forces a timeout from Georgetown's Tigers. So as they take a timeout, we will as well. College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Georgetown Southeast Sports Network radio broadcast of NAIA Hoops And right now the Tigers inbound the ball. Coming up the floor, quick shot is off the mark. Battle for it under the net. Picked up by the Grenadiers. Boy, it was loose for just a second. Here comes Indiana University Southeast. Nearly stripped away as the Skeeters out of play into the scorer's table. 20-16, a 4-point advantage for Georgetown College here on SESN. At one point, they had built up quite the lead. They went on a 9-2 run over the stretch of 5 minutes here in this first half. We're nearly halfway through this first period of play. Exciting action so far. Grenadiers off the inbound. Taken away. Georgetown all alone. And the slam dunk. Big time play by Isaiah Mason. He takes it down. Puts it home into the iron. Makes it 22-16 Tigers. That's big time stuff. That's what you love to see. Here comes IU Southeast. 2 quick passes. There's the 3. This one is wide right. Good look. Got down to the arc quickly. Johnson just couldn't drop it in. Now trying to answer with a fast break of their own. The Tigers, this one is lost out of play. Long feed. This one just sailed wide of the floor. And so nearly halfway exactly through this first half. 22-16 Tigers lead. Grenadiers with the basketball. Inbounding pass. Reed walking it up himself. The spin move. He's in trouble way back on the floor near the timeline. Stolen away. Tigers all alone. Layup will go automatic. Seth Johnson makes the play. That's big time, and it extends the lead of the Tigers, 24-16. They take a timeout on the floor. Instead of sending you to break, though, we'll keep it here. We'll talk comparison and stats. Great stats between these two. So far, things are trending in the direction that we kind of expected. Number 5 in the nation. Big time year so far, off to a hot start. The Georgetown College Tigers. They're averaging through their first 3, 87 points per game. The Grenadiers averaging 70. Right now, the Tigers out in front by 10, 24-16. Number 5 in the country. We've got all the action tonight with our radio broadcast here on the Southeast Sports Network. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Thanks for being with us. Be sure to follow us at SCSN Sports. Find us on all social media at that handle. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, we'll have it. Coming to you live. Back underway. Southeast University will inbound. Grenadiers walking it up the floor. And taking his time, this is Wales. Passed away, close side to Jones. Jones is in trouble as it's nearly stolen away by Georgetown College, and just too much contact for the liking of the official. He'll blow this dead. Over halfway through this first period, 24-16. Lead held by Georgetown's Tigers. Very hot start to this point. J.J. Reed leading all scorers. Southeast man has 7 points. He's 3 for 5 from the floor. Here's the inbound. Grenadiers around the arc. This is a shot, and Hendricks can't drop that in. Hendricks falls to 2 for 8 from the floor. Here come the Tigers. Georgetown around the arc. Pass down low, tipped and regathered, and from underneath the basket, this will go. Beautiful play. Aiden Yekin gets that. He's up to 4 points tonight. Extends the lead of the Tigers to 10, 26-16. 8.5 minutes to play in this first half. He was fouled on the shot, so he'll go to the line for a chance at the old-fashioned 3. Great college hoops tonight. Really enjoying being here and having you with me. Yakin hits this at the line and extends the lead of the Tigers. It's now 27-16. Southeast coming up the floor. 2 quick passes, and this sails on the point guard. A good look. Hendricks just can't quite hook up with a teammate in the corner, so Jacoby Hendricks turns the ball over mistakenly to Georgetown College. The inbound to Spikes. Spikes will walk it up the hardwood. Yo-yoing the orange. He works his way around to the far side of the arc, looking both ways. A lot of heat out in front of him. He'll step back and survey the floor. Now he likes the look. He's got a lane. Pass back door. Kept on the floor. Nyecking off the glass. This one has not got the touch he needs. Oh, the Grenadiers had it for a moment and they lost it. Now, I think they might be waving that off. Grenadiers, Ethan Hadaway got a hold of the ball and it was stripped away by Nyekin. He lays it in off the glass. They're going to give the ball back to IU Southeast and inbound. So from under their own basket, IU Southeast inbounds the ball. The spin move, and their point guard is in a bit of trouble. Lane Lauderbaugh passes it away, comes right back to him. He's on the move and trying to score in transition. He's jostled pretty hard, so they'll send him to the line. He'll shoot two. Lauderbaugh has taken 2 shots now tonight. He opened the scoring with the first point of the game as he hit 1 from the line. This one rattles all around and goes for him. Now 2 for 3 from the charity stripe, 2 points tonight for Lauderbaugh. It also cuts the lead of the Tigers down to 10. Second one's off the mark, so it remains 27-17 between the Tigers and Southeast. Here's the floater for Georgetown. Wow, in transition, getting the bucket quickly. 0 time to think about that. And this is going to be waved off on the foul. Inbound by IU Southeast. Grenadiers, 2 quick passes, long feed up the floor. IU Southeast down to the close side. Jacoby Hendricks runs the spin move. He's in a bit of danger from the mid-post. His shot goes wide left. Boarded quickly by Hadaway, who sends it back to him, and he gets the 3. Beautiful bucket, and it cuts the lead of the Tigers down to 8 points. It's 27-19. Georgetown College quickly for the response. Tommy Thomas passes it away. It comes right back to him. Long 3 from a few steps behind the line. It was short. Lane Lauderbaugh and Thomas fighting for possession. It goes out, and the ball will go to the Grenadiers. IU Southeast takes over with the basketball. Less than 8 to play in this first half. 7:57 on the clock. It's 27-19 Georgetown Tigers. Inbound by IU Southeast. Isaiah Mason leads all scorers. 4 for 4 from the floor tonight for the Tigers. Here's a long pass to the close side, swatted by Georgetown. It's Isaiah Mason, and he's 5 for 5 for 10 points. Unbelievable. What a play. It extends the lead of the Tigers back to 10, 29-19. 7 minutes, 40 seconds to play in this first half. And there's a foul down on the floor, so Lauderbaugh will inbound for the Grenadiers. Waiting for it. Lane Lauderbaugh examining all of his options, dishes it off close side. This is Hendricks. Jacoby Hendricks back across to the far side of the arc. Shot clock is winding. Here comes the Grenadiers. The floater, this one is short. Outlet pass for Georgetown on the hurry up. They want to get the bucket. Here we go, still in transition. The long 3, this one is wide right and boarded up carefully by Richard Lang. Lang tees up a teammate coming up the floor. Hendricks wants to pull up on the 3 as he's running and decides to pass it away at the last moment. He had picked up the basketball, and Lane Lauderbaugh is jostled, and the foul signaled for against Jabri and Spikes. Lauderbaugh, good night so far, doing very well. He'll inbound on this play for the Grenadiers. Hands it off to Jacoby Hendricks. Hendricks 4 for 10 from the floor, 9 points tonight. Hendricks through traffic, splits the difference between 2 defenders, and the floater will go. That rattles all around before dropping in. Cuts the lead of the Tigers to 8. It's 29-21. That's a big-time play. Now Georgetown back to the offensive end. Couple of big runs for the Tigers have fueled their lead tonight. Number 5 is struggling to handle the 1-3 Southeast Grenadiers at home. Here's the pull-up, and the shot goes wide. Brooks Harris fired that, forked it up from long range. Clock stops. 6:23 left in this first half. IU Southeast will inbound from under their own basket. A little bit of press from the Tigers as they hand it off to Jacoby Hendricks. Hendricks walking this towards the center of the floor, trying to work his way around Dozier. Yo-yoing the orange and calling out to his teammates. Gets a pick around Dozier, trying to pass away the ball. He's in trouble. Hands it off. Dozier swatting at the basketball, kept alive by Lockard. Lockard driving, kicks it back up top. This is Hendricks. Hendricks wants to step back, heavily defended, fires the three with a man in his face and gets it. That's unreal. Heavily contested three. It goes. Just like that, it's a 5-point game, 29-24. Tigers hanging on to the lead. 5.5 minutes left to play in this first half. Here's Georgetown College. Pass down low. He's got a lot of room. Floated back door. Swatted at not once, twice, 3 times. And finally, this drops in favor of Georgetown as Rashad Bishop is able to get the ball to fall into the twine. Bishop up to 6 points. He's 3 for 4 tonight from the floor. And a timeout down on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. 29-24, a 5-point lead. Georgetown out in front. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Georgetown College playing host to the Grenadiers of IU Southeast. The first one goes to the charity stripe. For the Tigers, they'll shoot 2. The second is off the mark. So their lead, 6 points, 30-24. Here comes Georgetown back to the defensive end, followed closely by the offensive IU Southeast. These guys looking sharp tonight, hanging in with number 5. Jacoby Hendricks drives, fires from the elbow. Nice fader. That goes, makes it 30-26. Tigers a 4-point lead. Grenadiers just keep closing the gap tighter and tighter and tighter. Now under 5 to go in this first half. Here's 2 quick passes, a 4-point game. Georgetown looking down low, pass back outside, take it away. Grenadiers all alone, their man off the glass, that drops in. Beautiful play by Jacoby Hendricks in transition, got the steal, took it to the house himself, and it cuts the lead down to 2 points, 30-28. That's amazing. What a beautiful play. That's exactly what you want to see out of one of your stars up front. Georgetown, the quick response, and it's an authoritative jam. Pushes their lead back to 4. Big-time play by a big-time man who jams at home. Marquez Miller with the play. Miller off to a great start this season, and right now helping nurse a 4-point lead. Number 5, Georgetown, has their hands full with the Grenadiers. Here they come in transition. Quick shot. IU Southeast Ball will go back to the Tigers. Remains 32-28. Thanks for tuning in tonight, being with us. Be sure to follow at SCSN Sports. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, you name it, we're there. Here come the Tigers. 2 quick passes now to the corner. There's the 3. He got it. Beautiful look. The long ball falls in gorgeous fashion for Cam Brooks Harris, the senior. Inbounded over to Davenport. Davenport puts it back to the point guard. Jacoby Hendricks will run the floor for IU Southeast. Hendricks wants to take it himself, drives down into the paint. Ball is loose. Lauterball had it for a moment. Hendricks picks it up to the corner. Close side. There's the 3, and it's automatic for the Grenadiers. They cut it back to a 4-point game. 35-31 they trail to the Tigers. That's a great ball. That's a long, long look for J.J. Reed, who gets that to fall. Wanting to pass, close side. Tigers man's in a bit of trouble. Walking inside down to the mid-block. Pass back up top. All around the arc. Dozier to the far side. Driving down low. Georgetown College. Quick pass. That won't go. Second chance bucket drops. That's a great play again. Jones took a shot. It was off the mark. Marquez Miller not only cleaned it up, but was able to get the bucket. And so on the scoreboard, the score right now, 35-30. Tigers will go to the line for a chance at the old-fashioned 3. They took away a point from the Grenadiers. Must have had a foot on the line. So the Tigers also get a point added here. And the old-fashioned 3 will not go. So it's 30-36 between Georgetown and IU Southeast. Grenadiers walking up the floor. Quick pass, Lane Lauterbaugh. Heavily defended, driving down low. Mid-post, tries to pass it away. Almost regathers his own turnover, and he's jostled hard, so he'll throw in. It was too much contact for the liking of the officials. Georgetown in the lead by 6, 36-30. Closing in on the halftime break on the Southeast Sports Network between these two. Thanks for being with us for NAIA basketball on the radio tonight on SESN. Oh, off the inbound, beautiful steal, all alone. He got the bucket. Isaiah Mason, automatic. That's a big-time play. That's what you look out of. That's just great. That's what you get from a number 5 program. They extend their lead back to 8 in the last few moments of this first half. Ball sails on Southeast, so again the Tigers will take over with it, leading by 8. 38-30. Inbounded, close side of the floor. Put onto the hardwood by Jones. Wales is walking it down. Wales passes it away along the arc. Ball comes back to him. Tries to finesse it to a teammate. Long feed. Grenadiers off the glass. That goes automatic. Armani Carr took the long pass, escaped the defender, stepped around another man on the backside of the play, cuts the lead of the Tigers back to 6. 2 quick passes. Now the 3, and that's buried. 41-32, just like that. Georgetown College out in front with 2 minutes left to play exactly in this first half. Grenadiers walking it up the floor, trailing by 9 to the number 5 Georgetown Tigers. In a bit of trouble, Armani Carr retreats. He's heavily defended, walks it back up to the arc. Here's the handoff, close side, Davenport. Davenport passes it down to the corner. Ball comes back to him. He's looking both ways. Wants to drive, fires the floater from the elbow. It's short, regathered by Carr, and he gets the floater. No, it rolls far side and won't go for him. Tigers pick it up. Georgetown, offensive end of the floor from the low block, in danger, and this one off the knee of a defender and out of play. 1:26 left to play in this first half. 41-32, Georgetown Tigers lead. IU Southeast defensively here. Here's the Tigers on the inbound, and that'll go. Beautiful little bucket right off the inbound. He was standing on the elbow. Kyron Jones immediately pulls up for the shot and gets it to go. And so these two teams are going to take a timeout. It's 48-32 in the closing moments, less than 90 seconds to play in this first half. Let's take a quick look if we can afford to, a sneak peek at our leading scorers so far this evening. Jacoby Hendricks leading all scorers. He's 7 for 14 from the floor, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. He's got 16 points for the Grenadiers, followed closely by J.J. Reed, who's 3 for 5 from the floor for 7 points. On the other side, 4 players with a similar stat line. Nobody with 16 points or double digits for the Tigers, but Brooks Harris has 8. He's 3 for 7 from the floor, 2 for 6 from beyond the arc. He's also got a couple of rebounds. Isaiah Mason has 8 points. He's 4 for 4 from the floor. He's got a rebound to go with it. Kyron Jones, 8 points, 2 for 3 from the floor, 4 for 6 at the line. He's got 5 rebounds. And Rashad Bishop, 7 points, 3 for 4 from the floor tonight through this first half of play. And we're in the waning moments of that as these two programs will come back to the hardwood and try and pump in a couple more buckets. 1 or 2 could make all the difference down the stretch. Number 5, Georgetown College Tigers playing host to the Indiana University Southeast Grenadiers. Tigers are 3-0. Grenadiers are 1-3 in NAI play. We've got it all on the Southeast Sports Network. Here's the inbound for the Grenadiers. Close side, walking his way up the floor, wants to pass it away. In trouble, Carr has it stolen by the Tigers. Their man battling through traffic. Wales gets it away close side, back and forth. Here's the long 3. Georgetown gets it. They extend their lead again, 46-32. That's big time. And just over 1 minute left to play in this first half between the Tigers and the Grenadiers. IU Southeast to inbound. To the far side. Hendricks yo-yoing his way down the floor. Hendricks looking for a crack in the defense. Gets this away to a teammate right near the timeline. Ball comes back to Jacoby. They're going to burn a lot of time off the clock. Less than 1 to play in this first half. 47 seconds, 12 on the shot clock. Hendricks passes it away quickly. He wants the 3, steps back twice, now picks up the ball and passes it back to Hendricks. Nothing doing for Johnson. Hendricks down to the corner, stolen by the Tigers, lofted up the floor. Oh, you're cleared for takeoff, number 12. Jam that home, and just like that, they extend their lead 48-32. Number 5 is up big. At times, this lead has been cut down to as little as 4 points for the Tigers by the Grenadiers, but right now the Tigers on a big-time run to close this first half of play. 13 seconds left in the half. The shot clock is off. Here come the Grenadiers. The shot is short, boarded quickly. This is Bishop, and the whistle as he's jostled, trying to get on his way back up the floor. Just a few seconds left to play in this first half. 48-32 Georgetown Tigers. Bishop tonight 3 for 4 from the floor, 1 for 2 from the stripe. 4 rebounds, he's got 7 points. They're going to send Jaquay Wales to the line for the Tigers. Trying to extend their lead. 48-32 right now is where it stands. It's a 16-point advantage. Wales 5 points, 2 for 2 from the floor. 2 for 2 at the stripe as well. That goes. Wales now good for 6 points tonight. Second will go for Wales at the line. 9 seconds left to play. Here's the inbound. Grenadiers walking it up the floor and run off of the hardwood. In an 18-point game, he's run down. Isaiah Lockhart was walking his way up to the offensive end and was put into the bench of the Tigers by Georgetown College. They'll send him to the stripe. 5.1 seconds left to play in this first half. That was just too much contact. You're not going to get away with that in any situation. First one takes a big high bounce and drops for him. That puts him on the board as first of the night. Lockhart again from the line. This one takes a big high bounce and won't go. Just seconds left to play. Tigers hurrying. They get the shot off in time, but it's off the mark. Well, I love the look right there, and that's the hustle you see out of a top team in the country. Kyron Jones gets the board. One quick pass up the floor to Tay Dozier. Dozier goes to work with it, but just can't drop it in, and so the score remains a 17-point margin. 50-33. Georgetown Tigers lead the IU Southeast Grenadiers. Unrelated to Southeast, but this is the Southeast Sports Network. We'll take a break. Be right back with more college hoops and NAIA basketball action.
You're tuned in to Live Sports. Live via the Southeast Sports Network. Find us on social media at SESN Sports. Stay tuned for the second half of action. Thank you for joining us for Live Sports here on the Southeast Sports Network.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Thank you for joining us for today's broadcast on the Southeast Sports Network. This is a product of Shrine Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the direct written consent of Shrine Media. We encourage television and radio mediums to reach out. Enjoy the game.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shrine Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shrine Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Are you a sports fan who loves to bet? Do you want to get the latest insights and analysis to help you make informed betting decisions? Then look no further than the Sports Betting Podcast on WBSN Sports.
Join Gabriel Schrei for expert analysis and insider information on the biggest games and events in sports betting. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or just getting started, our podcast will help you stay ahead of the game.
And the best part? You can find us on WBSNSports.com and places like YouTube, Spotify, and even select radio partners.
So what are you waiting for? Join the team at WBSN Sports for the ultimate sports betting experience. Tune in to the podcast today and start winning big.
Tune in today via WBSNSports.com.
Just like a let's go.
At the Salvation Army, a meal isn't just a meal. It's fuel for imagination, determination, and dreams. It's energy to be role models, change makers, and to just be kids. With your gift, a full meal means a full heart, a full night's sleep, and a future full of possibilities.
Get the message of your company here. And get your message here. All while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Shry Media. Find us at shrymedia.com.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
Welcome back. We're into the second half of play. Georgetown College, number 5 in the nation, playing host to IU Southeast. And the Tigers are out in front over the Grenadiers 50-33 on the Southeast Sports Network. We appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to follow us. Stay with us for the whole radio broadcast at SESN Sports. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads, you name it, we've got it. And we'd love to have you follow along. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Find me at Schrei Guy. And we're back underway already. Off the inbound, Grenadiers quickly to the offensive end of the floor. Lane Lauterbaugh. Back outside, J.J. Reed. Reed dicing his way along the arc, passes it down low. In trouble, Grenadiers get this off the glass. Jacoby Hendricks with a putback bucket. Big night for him, and he just continues to have success on the offensive end of the floor. Tigers are coming quickly. This one is sent off of the hardwood into the crowd. Down right in front of us here, and in a 15-point game, Tigers will inbound again. Number 5, Georgetown, onto the floor. Thrown in by Kyron Jones. Here's a quick pass down to Dozier. Dozier doesn't like it, passes it back outside. Floater, second chance by Dozier goes. 7 points now for Tay Dozier. He extends the lead of the Tigers, 52-35. Inbound for Southeast. Indiana University Southeast up the floor quickly. This is J.J. Reed. Reed good for 9 points tonight. Reed driving, fires. This one clatters off the front side of the iron. Lane Lauterbaugh packed. He's blockered away by Georgetown College. That's a great play defensively by Kyron Jones. IU Southeast to the line. Lane Lauterbaugh. He's up to 3 points tonight. We played 1 minute in the second half. It's 52-35, Georgetown lead. Lauterbaugh hits his first. From the charity stripe, second will go. He gets both. That cuts the lead of the Tigers back to 15. Georgetown will inbound. Tay Dozier doesn't keep it for long. Oh, here's a long pass up the floor. This one tipped near the scorer's table. And last touched by the Tigers. The Grenadiers will get it right back. Caleb Brown will inbound. Brown puts this onto the floor to J.J. Reed. Reed working his way down over the arc. Wants to take it himself off the glass. That'll go. Cuts the lead of the Tigers down to 13. It's 52-39. Georgetown on top. Georgetown Tigers, Isaiah Mason off the inbound. He's in trouble back deep. 2 quick passes up the floor. Here comes Georgetown College down inside. This one kisses off the front of the iron. Swatted at not once, twice, 3 times. Another chance, and he just can't get it. Rashad Bishop. Now they'll lose the ball as it's taken over by Richard Lang, the big man. Richard Lang and the Grenadiers on the move offensively. Here's a pass to J.J. Reed. Reed runs the spin move, and he's jostled and goes to the hardwood. Clock stops. 18 minutes, 6 seconds left in this second half. 52-39 Georgetown lead. And so the Grenadiers will throw in from the baseline. Here's the quick pass onto the floor. Reed looked like he was going to pull up on a shot and redirects it out to Jacoby Hendricks. Hendricks passes it back to J.J. Reed. He's packed, gathered up by Lauterbaugh. This shot rolls across the iron, falls into the hands of the Tigers. Here comes Kyron Jones. He's got 8 points tonight. Pass to the corner. Dozier drives, passes out to the arc. The 3 will go. That's automatic. Georgetown on top, 55-39. 3 minutes played in this second half. The inbound by IU Southeast. Tigers, a little too much contact for the liking of the official. Lauterbaugh being grabbed at by Dozier. We're underway between Georgetown and IU Southeast. Second half of play, an exciting one tonight on the Southeast Sports Network. Here's the Grenadiers, inbounding pass. Lauterbaugh kicks it outside, shots off the mark for Reed, boarded up by the Tigers. Here they come with good pace. This is Kyron Jones. He hands it off on the arc. Brooks Harris wanted to walk it down into the low post, kicks it up top. Wales, far side. Here's the floater down to the inside, and Rashad Bishop with a dunk. 11 points, 5 for 8 from the floor, and 8 rebounds as he continues to fill up the stat sheet tonight. 57-39 Georgetown. Georgetown looking to extend their lead to 20 on the next trip up the floor. Grenadiers going to try and prevent that with a bucket on this trip. Here's the three. It's short and grabbed up by Richard Lang. Lang loses the ball. It's gathered by Lauterball. He wants to shoot for Southeast, and now the foul as Lane Lauterball will go to the stripe. We played 3 minutes and change here in the second half as Lauterball gets his first at the line. Lauterball takes his second. That clatters around and won't go. He's good for 4 points. 3.5 minutes played to the second half. 57-40 Georgetown. Here comes the offense of the Tigers. They were threatening to push their lead to 20. They still could with the three. They pull up for the three quickly. This one's off the mark. Putback will go. It's a 19-point game. Georgetown in the lead and in command. Number 5 in the nation. Looking to extend it through this second half. Here's J.J. Reed with great pace. He comes up the floor, hands it off to Hendricks. Jacoby Hendricks down into the paint, and this one too much juice on it. Gathered up by Lauterball on the back door. 1 chance, 2 chances, and taken away by the Tigers of Georgetown. Long pass down the floor. Georgetown outside, along the arc. Their man drives, and they'll rope it all the way around to the close side to Tay Dozier. Dozier is heavily defended, trying to shake him off. Kicks it back, close side. Brooks Harris hits another three. Are you kidding me? He's up to 17 points, 50% from beyond the arc, 5 for 10. And a full stat sheet as well. He's got an assist, a rebound, a couple of rebounds. Here comes Southeast for the quick response. The three is off the mark and swatted off of the floor. 4.5 minutes gone. In the second half, 62-40, a 22-point lead for Georgetown College, who is in command on their home hardwood. Indiana Southeast will inbound. Grenadiers also making a change here. Caden Jones to inbound the ball, close side. He goes down to Jacoby Hendricks. Hendricks kicks it up top. The drive for Jaden Johnson. Second chance bucket won't go either. Here come the Tigers. Georgetown College, lots of room, and this one is swatted out of the hands of the guard on the drive. Jaquay Wales was looking to go up top and put it in off the glass, and he's just forced off of the floor with the ball. Georgetown College to inbound. Close side, it's Wales again. Wales to the top of the arc, far side. Now down low, working inside. Bishop, backdoor pass. Dozier doesn't like the look. Up top, Isaiah Mason. He drives Mason into the paint, fires it from the low block, and tipped back in by Rashad Bishop. 5 minutes gone in the second half. 64-40 Georgetown, a commanding lead. Tigers give the ball back to the Grenadiers. Here comes IU Southeast. Long pass across the floor by Hendricks. The oop back door is jammed home by Richard Lang. Lang, 3 for 5 from the floor. He's good for 6 points following that big dunk. Indiana Southeast will need a lot of those, a lot of oops, a lot of careful trips up and down the floor if they want to find their way back into this one. 22 points is no joke. Here's the pass to the corner for Georgetown. The three had too much sauce on it. Boarded carefully by Jaden Johnson, IU Southeast. Picking their way up the floor. Johnson turns around and really wants to beat out the defender and be careful with the ball. He crosses the timeline. There's the handoff. 6 minutes off the clock in this second half. Quick pull-up from three-point range, and that goes for Jacoby Hendricks. 3 for 4 from the arc, 21 total points. He's 9 for 19 from the floor tonight. He leads all scorers by 4. Trailing him closely is Cam Brooks Harris for the Tigers. Speaking of which, here comes the Tigers to the offensive end. Here's the drive. The floater is short, boarded carefully by Georgetown, trying to pass it to the corner. This one is lost by Kyron Jones. The Grenadiers will get the basketball back. To inbound, Jacoby Hendricks. Clock stops momentarily in a 64-45 game. Number 5 Georgetown sitting in the driver's seat for now. Tigers back in a defensive shell. Here comes IU Southeast. In a bit of trouble. Caden Jones fighting his way up the floor. Jones wants to get rid of the ball. Flips it far side to Lane Lauterbaugh. Lauterbaugh is 0 for 5 from the floor tonight. He passes it outside. Jaden wants 3. Kisses off the front of the rim. Grabbed up Georgetown. They lose this, and the ball will stay with the Tigers. Dozier had it swatted out of his hands as it rolled off of the floor. Inbound pass coming for the Tigers of Georgetown. Big shout out to all the college prospects over at Hamilton Heights Christian Academy. Mr. Everyday Cam 1 on Instagram, just like my reel. Such a big fan of the many prospects there. Cameron Andrews, one of a fantastic group at Hamilton Heights. Love that whole staff over there. Here's the inbound. Georgetown Tigers on the drive from the mid-range. He doesn't like the shot. He'll pass it back up top. Dozier drives and blows a tire as he crosses into the paint. I'm not sure if they're going to say that's on Caden Jones or if he did it himself. Looks like the Tigers will get the benefit of the call. And they'll inbound again, this time from the baseline. Dozier will inbound it himself. Georgetown out in front, 64-45. Here's the long pass all the way back near the midcourt stripe. Their man walks it up, steps just inside the arc. There's the 3. It's off the mark. Second chance bucket won't go either. Still looking for the board. Somehow Georgetown comes up with it. The drive, floated out to the corner. Another drive, this one off the glass. No good. Still fighting for the basketball. They finally get it to drop. 66-45 Georgetown. Grenadiers, long pass up the floor. Carr goes across Johnson. Johnson back to Carr, and this one is swatted out of his hands as it finds its way over into the bleachers. And the Tigers will certainly take that. They'll get the basketball back as Southeast was the last to touch it. 7 minutes, 40 seconds played of the second half. 66-45, Georgetown Tigers in the lead, a 21-point advantage. Georgetown inbounds, roping their way back and forth up the floor. This is Tommy Thomas. Thomas gives it off close side. Lots of room to work with for Spikes. Spikes scoreless tonight. 2 shots, neither have hit the mark. Quick pass across the floor by Nyekin. Down low, in trouble. Tigers kick it outside. Thomas heavily defended by Johnson. He steps back, wants 3. That one had too much sauce on it. Fighting for the ball, and as there's a ton of contact between the Tigers and the Grenadiers, foul here on Nyekin, and we'll also get a timeout down on the floor between these two programs. 66-45. What an exciting second half underway on the Southeast Sports Network. Georgetown Tigers lead IU Southeast Grenadiers. We'll take a break. SESN Sports, be right back.
Are you a sports fan who loves to bet? Do you want to get the latest insights and analysis to help you make informed betting decisions? Then look no further than the Sports Betting Podcast on WBSN Sports.
Join Gabriel Schrei for expert analysis and insider information on the biggest games and events in sports betting. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or just getting started, our podcast will help you stay ahead of the game.
And the best part? You can find us on WBSNSports.com and places like YouTube, Spotify, and even select radio partners.
So what are you waiting for? Join the team at
Welcome back. Georgetown College, Southeast Grenadiers, all live on the Southeast Sports Network. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Gabriel Schrei. This is SESN Radio. Oh, in trouble here for the Grenadiers. The intercept And the big play made by Isaiah Mason, who takes it to the house. That's fantastic. Mason got a hold of that, stripped and stolen, taken all the way up the floor. He's good for 10 points tonight. Grenadiers want to respond quickly. The floater will go. So it's 68-47. Tigers still have a 21-point lead. Grenadiers able to maintain that margin with a good bucket. Here come the Tigers. 2 quick passes down near the arc. Mason looks close side. Gathered up by Nyekin. He drives off the glass. That goes. 70-47, a 23-point lead for Georgetown College. Rifled up the floor, somehow regathered by J.J. Reed. Reed backdoor, that goes for Southeast. 70-49, they're hanging around. It's a 21-point margin, and it's been about that for the last 5 minutes. Give or take a bucket or two. Here comes Georgetown College, passed back outside. Spikes doesn't like the look. Here's the floater and put back on the jam. An emphatic dunk by Georgetown's Tigers, 72-49. Kyron Jones puts that down. He's good for 10 points tonight. Swatted at, taken by Thomas, and he'll get the layup. Tommy Thomas, 5 points from the floor. The Tigers continue to build their lead. We're under 10 minutes left in the second half. Reed goes to the dunk. The ball pops out on him. A second chance from the three-point line. Southeast keeps it alive. He takes another three. This one has got too much on it. Boarded by Thomas. Thomas up the floor with great pace. Pass close side. Tigers all around. Tommy Thomas again with the ball. Thomas drives, steps back. Here's the three. That has just the right amount of touch on it. And it goes the deep dagger falling for the Kentucky man. What a big bucket. 77-49. The Tigers just continue to nurse that lead. 26 points. They build it and build it and build it. Nearly 30 points now for the Tigers. Here come the Grenadiers on the fast break. There's the floater and it goes. They cut into it just a bit. 77-51 now. A 24-point game. Here's the handoff. Georgetown College coming up the floor. He wants the shot and a foul before he can get inside. Went to Aiden Nyekin. Nyekin was going to take it himself, and he ran down a Grenadier who was parked on the edge of the block. And so with that, they'll take a quick break and dry up the floor. We'll see an inbound from the baseline for Georgetown College. To put the ball back into play, Spikes. He's got 2 points tonight, 1 for 4 from the floor. He's also got 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Spikes passes it down low. Nyekin wants it off the glass. This one off the mark. Gathered momentarily and lost by Schuler. Picked up again by Southeast. Double team. Schuler's in trouble. Somehow hangs onto the ball. Gets around Thomas. Schuler pickpocketed. Taken away by Johnson. He'll get the steal. Here come the Tigers. 2 passes now. 3. The layup goes off the glass. Beautiful bucket by Spikes. He was all alone. That's exactly what you want to see out of your guys down on the offensive end of the floor, is creating shots and extra chances just like that. 8.5 left to play, 79-51 Georgetown. Here's Southeast Grenadiers on the offensive end. 2 quick passes. Brown fighting his way along the arc. He's in a bit of danger. Nearly stolen by Johnson. Got rid of the basketball. Grenadiers from under the basket. Shot is off the mark. Lofted to the offensive end by the Tigers. Their man all alone, and he gets the little layup. Nice play. Seth Johnson takes it to the house. He's 2 for 2 from the floor. 4 points tonight. It's a 30-point game, 81-51. Here come the Grenadiers. 2 quick passes. Pulls up for 3. That had too much on it. Tigers to the offensive end. They want the quick 3. This one is short, and some relief for IU Southeast. They're still running the hurry-up, though. 2 quick passes. Brady Schuler. He's got it in transition. There's the handoff to the center of the floor. Hadaway out to the arc, and the 3 will go. And that cuts into that 30-point lead, but still a 27-point game with 7:20 left to play. 27 points, 7:20. That's a tongue twister almost. Here's a quick pass by the Tigers. Thomas up the floor, gave it off. Nyekin, the give again. This is Spikes. Spikes drives, flipped back up top. There's the 3, and it goes for Tommy Thomas. The deep dagger, he's 2 for 4 from long range. Thomas good for 8 points tonight. Here comes IU Southeast. They trail again by 30, 84-54. 6:40 left to play. Grenadiers pass it down into the paint, and this goes. A little bit of contact there between Hadaway and Thomas, and the whistle does not sound. We play on. 84-56 the margin. Georgetown College way out in front, number 5 in the country, and we can see why. They've just been so successful tonight. They're doing everything right. Official's going to dry up that wet spot where he fell a moment ago. Once they do, they will send Southeast man to the line. To the charity stripe, Davenport. He hits his first 1 point tonight. So now the Georgetown College Tigers will take back over with a ball on offense. They lead 84-57, 6.5 left to play. Here's the inbound. Georgetown Tigers to the offensive end. Here's 2 quick passes again. Isaiah Mason hands it off. Nyekin picking his way along the arc, all the way outside at the 3-point line. There's the give. Seth Johnson rifles this across the floor, kept to the Tigers. Here's a pass down low, and the layup goes. Isaiah Mason, 12 points tonight. He's 6 for 9 from the hardwood. 3 rebounds to go along with that impressive stat line for Mason as we're under 6 minutes to play. 86-57 Georgetown. Wow, their resume is just getting a bit longer with every passing moment. Really lighting it up on their home Tiger hardwood. Southeast, 2 quick passes. Now down into the paint. Hadaway backing down the defender, and the layup is off the mark. Kissed off the glass, both sides of the iron, and foul off of the far side. Here come the Tigers, looking for the transition bucket. This one won't go. Now a long pass up the floor. Nolan Davenport wants to take it himself, and he's swatted at as he gets into the low block. He goes over the baseline. Clock stops. 5:27 left to play in the game. And I thought they were going to send him to the line as the clock is stopped. Officials talking it out. For the moment, 86-57 Georgetown Tigers. Let's take a quick look at our leading scorers tonight. Leading all scorers, Jacoby Hendricks, 21 points. For the Grenadiers, he's 9 for 19 from the floor, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc, a rebound, 2 assists. Big time stuff. J.J. Reed, 9 points tonight, 4 for 9 from the floor. He's got a couple of assists as well. Richard Lang, 6 points for the Grenadiers, 3 for 5 from the floor, 7 rebounds to go with it. Georgetown Tigers, points are pouring in from all over for them. I mean, they've got 5 guys, 6 guys who have almost double-digit points. Cam Brooks-Harris, 6 for 11 from the floor, 5 from deep range, 17 total points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Rashad Bishop tonight, he's got 12 points to go along with that 17. 6 for 9 from the floor, 1 for 2 from the stripe, 9 rebounds. 9. That's insane. 12 points, 6 for 9 from the floor, 3 rebounds for Isaiah Mason. Right behind him, Kyron Jones, 10 points, 3 for 5 from the floor, 13 rebounds. 2 guys who are closing in on double digits right now. Tay Dozier, 4 for 7 from the floor, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 9 points. Tommy Thomas, 3 for 8 from the floor, 3 rebounds, 8 points. Both of them just 1 bucket away from breaking double digits against the Grenadiers of IU Southeast. As Southeast sends their man back onto the floor following the timeout to take the trip to the line, Nolan Davenport. Davenport gets this to go. 0 for 1 from the floor, 2 for 3 at the stripe. Second one will go as well. So Davenport, 3 trips to the line tonight. Gets 2 points. Here come the Tigers of Georgetown. 1-2 passes, there's the 3 and it goes. Unbelievable, quick response. And it pushes their lead up the charts even further. They lead 89-58 on their home floor. They just can't do anything wrong, it seems like. Little delay here. Official doesn't like something about the floor. I believe it might be wet in the corner. They're checking on that. Now the inbound. IU Southeast trailing big time. 89-58 to the number 5 Georgetown Tigers. Here they come to the offensive end. Nolan Davenport, 2 points tonight, both of them from the line. He hands it off quickly. This is Lockard. Down low, ball is loose, gathered up by Georgetown off the hardwood, taken back by Lockard. Under 5 to play in the game. He passes it close side. There's the 3. It clatters off the close side. Kept alive by the Grenadiers. He wants to pass it beyond the arc. Now down low instead and stolen by the Tigers initially. They get it back. Going for the layup. This one kisses off the iron as the whistle sounds with 4:32 to play. Georgetown out in front 89-58. And back to the line goes IU Southeast. Speaking of Southeast, be sure to follow the Southeast Sports Network on social media. You can get hooked up with us pretty much anywhere you can dream of. Most places you can access this audio feed, there'll be a direct link to our social media channels. It's appearing in a lot of places tonight. You can find SCSN on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, anything you can name. I mean, we're there. At SCSN Sports is our handle on all platforms. Love to have you with us for the journey. Here's a long pass by the Tigers. This one sails. IU Southeast went 1 for 2 at the line. 89-59 now, a 30-point game. Georgetown was going to respond quickly, and they forked that up the floor, a long ball, and it sailed on them. So IU Southeast gets it right back. 4:20 left to play. Here come the Grenadiers. He's driving and passes it back door. I'm not sure if that went off of a Grenadier or a Tiger. I like the play there. That was ambitious. Nolan Davenport just went ahead. Looked like he was going to try and go for the layup himself. At the last moment, shovels it backdoor to Ethan Hadaway, but it comes off of the defender Tiger and out of play. Now the inbound, and they're going to turn it over to Georgetown. Tigers will throw in from the baseline on the opposite end of the floor. Here they come to the offensive end. Tigers' Seth Johnson centers this up. 3 ball is loose, kept alive by Georgetown College. Back to Johnson. Johnson drives, wants to mail it in off the glass. It's loose. Here comes Southeast. Lots of room for the Grenadiers. Davenport heavily defended, and the strip steal. Too much contact for the liking of the officials, so he'll stop play. 30-point game between Georgetown and IU Southeast, and this one is... Man, it would take quite a miracle for IU Southeast to come back. I just don't see that happening. It would be one of the greatest comebacks of all time. So we'll start to, as we wrap things up here tonight, look ahead what's coming up for these guys. IU Southeast not exactly off to the hottest start ever. They're 1-3 this season. They've lost 3 in a row. They won their opening game in New Albany, Indiana against Simmons. Then lost 3 in a row. Marion on October 28th, 76-90. They lost 76-72 at University of the Cumberlands on November 3rd. And then in Campbellsville, Kentucky, a 78-66 loss to Campbellsville University on the 4th. Now tonight, trailing big to the Tigers of Georgetown. 89-60 on the Southeast Sports Network. 3.5 left to play. Grenadiers on the offensive end of the floor they'll throw in. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule of these two teams in a moment and talk about who the Tigers have seen already. Here's the inbound for the Grenadiers. From the corner, that is off the mark. It's short for Davenport. Tigers get the board. They're headed to the offensive end. Georgetown opened their season with a loss, but they're 3-0 on paper. It's because they played the University of Kentucky on the 27th of October at Rupp Arena in Lexington. They lost that 92-69. That's a respectable score against the University of Kentucky. I mean, it's not like you're playing just any Division I program, one of the very finest around. Somta Chukwu Cyril added to the roster there for Wildcats. Can't wait to see him play. He's a Hamilton Heights product down in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Originally from Onitsha, Nigeria. Here's a couple of quick passes for Southeast off the inbound. Forking up the fader, and that goes. 89-62, trailing to the number 5 Tigers. Georgetown then bested Virginia University of Lynchburg 107-51 on the 29th of October. An 81-70 win on the 3rd at Baker. Then a 74-67 win in Parkville, Missouri at Park. And right now it's 89-62, leading Indiana Southeast. Coming up for the Tigers of Georgetown, they host Midway in Simmons. Midway on the 9th of November, so that'll be on Thursday on the 10th. On Friday, Simmons comes to town. Both of those 7 o'clock tips, 7 and 7:30 respectively. And they'll have 5 days off before they travel to Shawnee State. Tigers, here's the inbound. Once the three, this goes out of play. 89-62 still the margin between these two. Coming up next for IU Southeast, the Grenadiers. 3 p.m. tip on the 18th, so quite a while off. It's a Saturday game, Miami-Middletown. Then Simmons College of Kentucky on November 21st in Louisville, Kentucky at 7 p.m. So lots of time off coming up for the Grenadiers. Here they come to the offensive end of the floor. Tigers missed, they got the board. There's the three, forked up. This goes straight up and in off the glass. I can't believe that. What a lucky bounce. This one drops from three-point land. Isaiah Lockard somehow able to find the bottom of the twine. He's got 5 points tonight. 89-65. Number 5 Tigers on the offensive end of the floor and just looking to kill the clock. Georgetown College passing it down to the corner. Swatted all around. Down in the low paint. IU Southeast comes up with a board. They trail big time. Here's a pass, close side, knifing his way into the paint and swatted down. Isaiah Lockard goes down hard. And they're going to send him to the line to shoot. 90 seconds exactly left to play. 89-65. Georgetown leads IU Southeast and the Grenadiers. Mentioned this a couple of times already tonight, but I want to remind you to be sure to connect with us on social media at SESN Sports. That's the Southeast Sports Network at SESN Sports. You can find us on all your favorite social media platforms. We've got all the action, the highlights, and more that you're looking for, and we'd love to share them with you and have you along for the ride. Here's the inbound for the Tigers, taken away by the Grenadiers. 2 quick passes. Shoveled across the floor and out of play. Looking to hook up with a man on the arc and just sailed on him, I think, there. Matthew Jones is who they were looking for, and something wrong with the pass. Davenport, I'm not sure if he thought Jones was going a different way or what, but finds the bleachers instead of Jones. 1:10 left to play. Here come the Tigers and the slam dunk. Beautiful play. Gavin Stevens, his first bucket of the night. Had 2 misses, and that makes up for it right there. The jam makes it 91-67 Tigers. Under 1 to play. Here comes Southeast. Right on the arc. In trouble. The handoff to the corner. Grenadiers, the drive, and the layup falls short. Tigers hucked this one up the floor. Gathered by Spikes. Spikes fights his way through traffic and gets the layup. 93-67. And Grenadiers going to have 1, maybe 2 more chances to work with the orange. Here's the inbound for IU Southeast. Walking up the floor with it, Davenport. He's got 3 points tonight. Grenadiers, the handoff. To the far side, Jones passes this away. Walking up to the elbow, Isaiah Lockard, he's in trouble. Hucks this to the corner. There's the 3. It rims around and comes out. Shot clock is off. 12 seconds left. Tigers in the driver's seat. 91-67, and they can just let the clock expire. That's exactly what they're going to do. A big win at home. Big-time stuff for Georgetown College, and the Tigers in the Kentucky-based institution continues to roll. Number 5, they're 4-0. Their only loss won't appear on their record because it was to Kentucky. And it wasn't that big of a margin. I love it. Big stuff from Georgetown College. Congratulations to the Tigers. Hang in there, IU Southeast. Things will get better. Lots of talent on these 2 programs and lots of fun covering this game tonight. I appreciate you tuning in for our radio broadcast wherever you may be. Be sure to connect with us on social media at SESN Sports. Subscribe on YouTube, and links should be wherever you're tuned in tonight. I know we're on a lot of different platforms. you can follow them back to SCSN to follow us there, or you can follow the platform you're with because they'll probably carry all of our broadcasts, and we appreciate you being with us. Have a wonderful night. Again, the final score, a victory in favor of Georgetown College's Tigers. This one was a big one for them, 91-67. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live in our copyright material. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network.
At the Salvation Army, a meal isn't just a meal. It's fuel for imagination, determination.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shrine Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shrine Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.